Good evening, viewers. This is another session for our Guru Purnima series, and we have our beloved sir with us. Everyone loves his videos with me. They keep on asking and requesting for more. Dr. Arjun Pai, warm welcome to you on Vigyavastunastrology. And this topic today is very interesting and maybe different from astrology, but it also has a connection with astrology. I think that is why he has picked up this topic. Sir will only tell you about this topic. Sir, please.
Thank you very much. Namaste to all your viewers. It's always a pleasure, Shikha ji. And just before we started recording, I was also saying many of the live events where I have done any courses was with you.
Right.
We started in Mumbai, so we have done many courses, and thanks to you. So it's always a pleasure to come and speak on your esteemed channel. So the topic.
Before this, sir, I just want to thank you. It was with you I began my individual, personal group courses with you also. So
Yes.
A big thank you to you for
Yes.
giving me that platform of teaching and getting that confidence of teaching.
Yes, thank you very much, Shikha ji. Okay, so Shikha ji, today is a topic that I have chosen. Is not purely astrological, but there is an astrological link to it. But I wanted people to explore this area of understanding the concept of bhava and rasa. Now, whenever we look at Indian classical performing art forms, all forms of arts, you see, there is a bhav, which means art forms is dancing, painting, any kind of sculpture. There is a bhav, which means it is the state of the mind. It is a mental attitude or a mental disposition. That is the bhav. What is the emotions, the mood and the effect is the bhav. But we have only known about the aspect of bhava when we come into astrology, but we have not seen the bhav which can be coupled with the rasa. Rasa is the emotional essence. If the emotional essence is missing in the bhav, which means whatever the mood is, if the emotional essence is missing, we lose out on many of the aspects in understanding the situation. So, rasa essentially means the essence. And an artist in a drama school or in acting, performing on the stage, the artist breathes the emotional essence into the mood of the event that is taking place, and the spectators relish the essence that is added there. So the rasa I was talking about, which is a Sanskrit word, which means emotional essence, or it is the root of the situation creating. So rasa are created by the bhavas. And today's topic, what I wanted to touch upon is how this latent sentiment and the permanent mood that can be relishable by the observer is because of the rasa. And in Natya Shastra, which means in forms of dance forms, Bharath Muni, sage Bharatha, he has written a theoretical work on drama, and he describes the emotions experienced by the audience. Just by creating the facial expressions, we can create different bhavas. And Bharath Muni talks about 8 such rasas. There are 8 forms of emotional essences that he talks about. So what are those 8 essences? And then one more essence was added to it. And later on, and it was said as navarasas. Now, we do not know who added the 9th essence, but let us look at the 8 essences or the rasas that Bharath Muni gave us. And then what I will do in the second part of this video, I will try to attribute the Navgrahas to these rasas. So, sometimes what happens is when you have to understand astrology, first of all, you need to understand the bhava, the mood of the planets that they are in, and what essence or emotions they will bring into the personality. This is something which I felt that nobody has addressed.
Yes.
Although, Shikha, I would like to add, Bharath Muni has never talked about Navagrahas and their association with the Navarasas. So this is all our own interpretations. So it can be corrected because everybody can have their own interpretations. But I'll leave it to the audience today for this event to understand. But let us look at what are the 8 Navarasas which Bharath Muni gave and what was the 9th rasa that was added to it. So the 8 rasas are, it starts with Shringar. Shringar means attractiveness, love, beauty, eroticism. And this is the rasa. And there is a mood for it. The mood, bhava. When this rasa is to be invoked to give that expression is in Sanskrit called as rathi. Rathi means showing delight or pleasure. First, you have to be in that mood of being in delight and pleasure of somebody. In that pleasureful moment, you would probably express your love, beauty, attractiveness. That is Shringar. Shringar has been a very important concept, and Bharath Muni has given different lords associated with each of these rasas. And he has also mentioned a specific color for this rasa or for that mood. So for Shringar, Bharath Muni says it is Mahavishnu is the Lord. Okay. And he has given a color for each of the rasa, which means your aura will have that color which will be shown very much when you are showing that essence of that mood. Yes, that bhava in that mood and what essence you're showing. And this might be very different from what other people think about it. So Shringar, I told you the bhav is Rati. Rati means showing pleasure and delight. And the Lord is Mahavishnu. And the color which Bharath Muni says is pale light green. So the color of beauty and radiance and everything that you show on your facial expression of love and emotions are pale green, light green, he says. The next rasa that he talks about is called as hasyam or hasya. Hasya means humor, comedy, mirth, it is also called in English, or joy but laughter, hasya. And the bhava is hasa. Hasya is the navarasa, hasa is the bhava, the mood, is to make it comical or make it humorous. And the Lord Bharath Muni gives to this rasa of hasya, which is giving that, laughter.
Humor, laughter.
He says it is Pramatha or Ganesha. Ganesha is associated with laughter also. Okay, as per Bharath Muni, this is not, I'm not trying to say with other rishis.
Yeah.
The color he is given for hasya, which means your aura, whenever we are putting a smile on our face, the color, the auric field will give is white. White is all about purity. So when we smile or we create laughter amongst people, the entire group of people would resonate with the white color. That is the, again, this is not my classification, this is what Bharath Muni is saying. Okay. So the next thing what he is talking about is called as Karuna. Karuna. Karuna means compassion, showing pity, Karuna, pity, mercy, sympathy or empathy. Okay. So he's saying Karuna, empathy. Now, under what circumstances or mood would you show Karuna? Why would you show empathy, sympathy, pity? The bhava is important. What is the bhava? The bhava is shoka in Sanskrit. Shoka means sorrow. When there is sorrow, you want to say, my condolences, somebody has passed away in your family, you know. We want to show our compassion, respect, and honor to that soul that is. So in sorrow, you will always invoke the essence of Karuna, is what Bharath Muni is saying. Now, the Lord which he is given, Bharath Muni is said for Karuna and Shoka, which is sorrow, is Yama. So when somebody is dead, Yamadutas are taking, but he also, shares. Yama is the Lord of Karuna, showing pity or mercy. And he says, when you show Karuna, your bodily aura, the color that it takes is gray. Gray color. When you are in sorrow and when you are showing empathy or sympathy or pity to somebody. The next form after that, he says, is Bhibitsa. Bhibitsya or Bhibitsa or Bhibitsya, it's called. Now, what is Bhibitsya? Bhibitsya means aversion. Okay? It is character where you want to go into a phase of self-isolation, or sometimes it could be self-hatredness towards yourself, aversion from everything. I'm not interested in eating, I'm not interested in anything. The bhava which creates this bibitsya mood is, the bhava is called as jugupsa. Jugupsa means disgust. I am disgusted with life, that's why I have aversion, I don't feel like eating. I had a breakup and I don't feel like eating. Aversion to everything. No, I am not hungry because you have got bad, in an examination, you have failed. You are disgusted with the thing and you want to say, I don't want to study anymore in my life. I'm done with this. You know how sometimes children also say, that is bibitsya, and that is jugupsa is the bhava. The color, the Lord Bharath Muni says, who is associated with this bibitsya, is Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is the one who wants to relinquish everything. He doesn't want, he just wants to smear his body with the ash from the crematorium, having serpent. And the color for bibitsya, whenever we show bibitsya, which means disgust and everything, the color that Bharath Muni says that has to be associated with that rasa is blue. Blue is the color. Okay. Like we say, somebody was beaten black and blue. Black and blue. You know what is black and blue? The word black is associated with another rasa, which he says, which is called as bhayanaka. The rasa that he describes, the next one is bhayanaka. Bhayanaka means horror, fearful. And what creates that mood is bhaya. Bhaya creates bhayanaka. Bhayanaka is the fearful, horror, and bhaya is fear creates that. Somebody told me, watch a horror movie, removing the sound. It looked like a comedy movie because they'll come with all the faces and suddenly they'll come. But what creates that is the anxiety is created by the music. The rasa is creating that horrorness, the background score,
Correct.
the situation. But if you just switch off and watch it, it looks like a comedy because you'll see some faces coming suddenly from somewhere, but you can't feel that. So you have to create that bhaya. When the bhaya is there, you will feel horrific. That bhayanaka. Who is the Lord for that? He said Kala. Bharata Muni said Kala. Kala means time. And the color I said is black. So Bhayanaka and Bibitsya, which means somebody who is fearful, horrified, somebody who has disgust towards things, they will show these two colors as black and blue. That means you are, when somebody is beaten black and blue, means they are also showing fear, they are also showing aversion or disgust. Both of these. Then the next one he says is Veera or Veeram. Veera means showing courage, heroism. And what is the mood where you will show heroism? That mood is called as Utsaha. Utsaha means that is the jubilation, the celebration, the perseverance, that is Utsaha. And when there is, whenever a leader or a warrior, a commander-in-chief, he gives a speech, he can really instill patriotism. And then there is a war cry, Jai Bhavani, or something like that, So we are instilling that spirit of showing courage and bravery, that is Veera. And who is the Lord as per Bharata Muni? Associated with Veera is Indra. And the color which is associated with Veera, the courage, he says is pale orange. Pale orange is the color that our aura field will show when we have to show courage. Then the next one, what he says after that is called as Adbhutam or Adbhutha or Adbhutam. What is Adbhutha? Amazement, surprising, astonishment. Oh, this is astonishment, is Adbhuta. And what is the bhava which creates that? In Sanskrit it's called as Vishmaya. Vishmaya means wonder. I wonder, amazement, surprise. Okay, so these are the 8 rasas that he has spoken about. And then one more rasa was added, we do not know when, and that is called as Shanti. Shanti, which Shanta or Shanta means tranquil. Shanta, peaceful. So because it was not added by Bharata Muni, there is no Lord which is given to it. But some people have attributed that when we are tranquil, when we are at peace with ourselves, when we are in total deep calmness and relaxation, then the color that comes in our aura is white again. So 2 colors which come when you are when it is white color is, one is hasya, which is smile, and the other is calmness. But I repeat, Shanta was not a rasa which was given by Bharata Muni. Bharata Muni has given only 8. What are those 8? Adbhuta, Karuna, Veera, Hasya, Shringhara, okay, Bhayanaka, and Bibitsya. And then one more which I missed. The other one, the 8th one which I missed was Raudra.
Crying. I was wondering how come you have not taken that and how you have finished. So there is a museum, if you know, there is a museum having all these 9 different emotions,
right,
in Hyderabad.
Wow, okay. Well,
there are statues at yeah.
That's a museum.
I don't know the name, but there is a museum. I have gone to that museum and seen these different emotions. The statues of different emotions are there. In a child, the child is made to do all that. Right? Beautiful. The child also is so beautiful.
Yeah.
So I was just remembering that museum.
So I don't know. I would love to go and visit that
Yeah,
museum.
sure.
And even in Bharatanatyam, these 8 navarasas have to be displayed by the person who has.
Correct.
So you will see each of them has also got a hand symbol to show each of the rasas.
Correct.
And the facial expressions. That is the most important thing. How do you show amazement? How do you show empathy? How do you show courage?
Courage.
Everything is been depicted in the classical Indian form. Now, Raudra, as I said, is terror or fury. And what creates Raudra? Krodha. Krodha means anger creates the Navarasa of Raudra. So 8 rasas plus 1, which is Shanta, which is tranquility. Now, the question was, how do I add each of these rasas which the Navagrahas, which again I repeat, it is not Bharata Muni has done this. This is our own, in the interest to explore this area, we are doing it. Okay. So people might have different views, but let us try. Let us try to see if we can add the rasa with a planet. Now, if you think about the easier one, let us think about the Navarasa, which is Veera or Viryam.
Courage.
So Utsaha. Utsaha means I'm showing, celebration or spirit in me. What planet comes to your mind that could probably show you courage, bravery, heroism, utsaha, passion, all of that?
Sir, because you told the color is orange, otherwise courage, I will naturally connect it to Mars. But you told me orange color, so light orange color. So maybe sun, Indra, you said.
Indra, yes.
So Indra is connected to the sun rather than Mars. That's what I know. I don't know what you have come up with.
No, again, see, there is no right or wrong answers. As I said, that if you think about each of the colors, okay, in the color Raudra, that will give you more answers. The Lord is Rudra for Raudra, and the color is red.
So we take Mars over there.
So again, I leave it to you how you would want to take.
No, sir, we want your explanation also. Don't ask me. You tell me yours.
I'm just saying we can take all of these, but you have to know. See, when you look at a planet, don't just go with what Prashtashi has given.
Yes.
Now I have tried to not go with the color and think about the planet, because Bharata Muni has talked about only the Navarasas, is not talked about the Navgraha.
Yes, correct.
So for courage, Veera and Utsaha, you can go, it's not because it's pale orange, but you can go with Mars for sure. See, sometimes there might be 2 portfolios which are held by the same thing.
Correct.
Okay, so it could be Mars, and I would also say maybe Sun can also be associated with showing courage or showing that spirit or that passion. Okay, as I mentioned, there is no right and wrong answers. Raudra, as per some scholars, is under the association with Mars again, but some people say it is also associated with Shani.
Okay.
Adbhuta, which means Adbhuta means
amazing,
amazement. That also has been given to Surya. Maybe there could be other planets also you can attach to. What is maybe why I'm bringing this up is I want people now to look at the rasa also in the planet, rather than just looking at the bhava. Bhava, which means what we have we have the tattvas and the mode of that rashi, which is either it is movable, which is chara, stira, or dvisvabhava, as we say, right? And there is agni, jala, prithvi, and vayu. So these are so they bring the mood or the bhava and the effect. But what is the planet bringing the essence is something that you might want to see. Will a planet bring hasya? Which would be bringing hasya that you think?
Hasya is, since we have taken Mercury and Lord Vishnu ji for the Shringar, that is very correct. Because I already discussed this in the Nadi sessions. Why Mercury is connected to green and Lord Vishnu ji, because he loves to do Shringar. So maybe that rasa is totally given to that thing. So now Hasya is, you have described as white. White can be Venus or Jupiter.
Yeah, Hasya. But I would also say, if you remember, Mercury
is Hasya. Yeah. Mercury is the
witty one, the intelligent one who can make humorous jokes. And
correct.
Again, I'm not saying that you have to accept, but what I'm trying to say.
No, generally we'll go with humor with Mercury only.
Yes.
But I went just for the color.
No, don't get influenced by the color. That color is what I'm saying is the emotion aura.
Okay. Aura we reach to that color when we are doing Hasya. So definitely Mercury.
So Hasya can mostly come from Mercury.
Mercury itself. Correct.
Because it could be humor, comedy, laughter. And the Lord that he is given is Pramatha or Ganesha. Okay. Now, what is interesting is, we also know that Lord Ganapati on Ganesh Chaturthi day in Bhadrapada month, we should not look at the moon. They say Chaturthi moon, you should not look, because he fell down. According to one legend, he fell down. From the bush. Yes. And then he had to tie a serpent as a belt, which was going there to tie, and the moon god was laughing. So he cursed. He threw his half of his, he broke his tusk and he threw to him, and he said, anybody who looks at you on today's day, you will be cursed. So it is hasya. He was laughing. The moon was laughing. Okay, so hasya is Buddha generally. Okay, you can take other planets also, but generally the essence of astrology is that. Now, Karuna. Which planet can show Karuna? When you empathize, when you're, moon, exactly.
Compassion.
Soma is the one who can show mercy, pity, or you can share that rasa. It is not that moon is showing, but unless you have the moon, moon is weak. In any situation, you will not be able to show any sort of rasa.
Yeah.
Any rasa you cannot show. So moon is very, very, very important to show all of these numbers. So, but amongst all of that, in Karuna, you see moon being more, in sorrow, you have to be sensitive. The sensitivities are shown by Soma. And remember, the color is gray there. It is not white.
Right.
Okay. Adbhuta. Which planet do you think can show you that wonder?
Adbhuta can be Rahu.
Rahu can definitely show, but we have to give. The problem always comes is which planet would be, because if you give Rahu that, which you can give, because Rahu can bring surprisement, amazement for sure. But Rahu, I have given it to the planet. Rahu has been given to Bhayanaka.
Okay.
Which can bring fear or bhaya in you, because he's connected to Kala. And Adbhuta, I have associated to Surya. Okay. Again, I'm not saying that that is the right thing, but Adbhuta is given to Surya, and Adbhuta, the Lord is Brahma. I don't know whether I've told you this.
So Brahma, the Surya creator, directly connected.
And the color is yellow. Okay. The color is yellow for Adbhuta.
Okay.
So Surya is what I've given for astonishment, and Rahu can come and create fear in that astonishment by eclipsing the sun.
Correct.
Is what my interpretation is. Because when there is an eclipse, all the animals and birds are also fearful and they become quiet.
Yes.
You know, in one of the commentaries by Osho Rajneesh, he talks about the eclipse of saying that when the birds and the monkeys can stop their chitter chatter, when the eclipse is happening, they become very, very quiet. Then why can't human beings be quiet during an eclipse and sit in dhyana and meditation? Because the emotions that is created is adbhuta, is astonishment and surprise, and bhaya. Because suddenly the sun is, and all people are in fear till that eclipse is over. So it is bringing in that mixed thing of, oh, what is happening? Astonishment, surprise, and amazement with the sun, because we do not know we know it is a natural phenomenon, but the birds and animals do not know. They are in a shock state of both amazement and fear. What is going to happen? Okay, then let us look at Shringara. Which planet do you think which is connected to Mahavishnu? Shringara.
Now, Mercury or Venus? Anyone?
Yeah, Venus can be given, because if I have to give one planet to each of these navarasas.
Yeah, so we already give humor to Mercury.
Mercury. So
and
that
Venus is always that pleasure, luxury.
Exactly. Eroticism, beauty, delight.
Beauty and yeah, correct.
So I would give more Venus to Shringara.
Correct.
Then Bibitsya, which means aversion, disgust. Which planet would you probably give?
Ketu.
Ketu, absolutely. Because you are wanting to, that's why when you see, what do you say, Saturn, Venus, and Ketu combination can give you tapasvi yoga. That is because you have to have that beauty, but you also need the fierceness to be able to go and do that penance.
Penance. Correct.
So the bibitsya is rightfully can be given to Ketu, which is aversion, jugupsa, we say, disgust. So for that kind of element, who can help you as per Bharath Muni in that mood, the mood I'm talking about, and the rasa of bibitsya is Shiva.
Correct.
Bhyanaka is Kala. Raudra is Rudra. So Rudra, which planet can you give to Raudra?
Raudra can be given to Saturn.
Saturn, exactly. That's what even I would have thought. You could say Raudra can be given to Mars also, but remember, Shani is also the Rudra becoming more calm and cool becomes Shiva. The auspicious, the benevolent, and the calm person is Shiva. But what is his form before being Shiva? Is Rudra.
It's a Rudra.
So he was born from the Krodha of the Vishwadevas. Okay. So then what is remaining? Shanta. Which planet can be given to Shanta? Jupiter, which is the last planet which is remaining. So in this way, Shanta, the tranquility, the peace, the white that we show, the white flag for peace and truce, Jupiter can be given to that. If I see, many of them can be given to multiple planets, these navarasas.
Correct.
As we have already discussed.
Yes.
But what would be if I have to give only one rasa to the planet, then it is going to be a little bit difficult. It can be a mixed thing.
Yeah.
But based on our today's discussion, I will summarize by saying again, I repeat, the Navagrahas have been not been associated with the Navarasas.
Correct.
This is purely our own interpretation. But what I want people to start using these Navarasas is to understand not only if you want to understand a situation, how everybody will behave in that situation. So you will be able to know the rasa of that person and which planet is ruling him more strongly. Like an accident has happened on the street. Not everybody acts in a particular
The same way. Correct.
Everybody's emotions are different. Somebody is taking a video, somebody is calling the ambulance, somebody has gone personally and picked up that person from the accident site.
Yeah.
Somebody is moving the person and the vehicle to the. So everybody is playing their role. But by their actions, you will know whether that person is showing adbhuta, which means there might be some people who are watching it in surprise. Or somebody is showing karuna and because of the sorrow they are going in helping. Or somebody is, if the person's leg is stuck in somewhere, he's showing his courage and his bravery in going. If somebody is drowning, somebody is taking a plunge into the water and risking his life to save.
Yes.
Isn't it? So every mood, somebody, when there is even sorrow there, some people can make you feel light by bringing some small joke or something. When there is grief in our situation, they can bring hasya. And then shringar, which is beauty, eroticism, raudra, bhayanaka, and bibitsa. So let us go again to summarize. Surya, we have given to adbhuta, which means surprise, amazement. And the Lord is Brahma for adbhuta, as per Bharath Muni, color is yellow. Aruna, we have given it to Soma or moon, which is showing mercy, compassion. And the Lord is Yama, and the color given by Bharath Muni is gray. Then Veera, which means showing courage, bravery, we have given it to Mangala, which is Mars. And Indra is the Lord as per Bharath Muni, and the color given by Bharath Muni is pale orange. Next, it is Hasya, which is Mercury, which is humor, and we have and the Lord is Pramatha or Lord Ganapati, and the color given by Bharath Muni is white. Then Guru is Shanta, we said is tranquility. There is no Lord given because it is not Bharata Muni has given this Shanta. Color given by some scholars is white again. Then Shringara, which is Shukra, we have given that, which is love, beauty, eroticism. And Mahavishnu is the Lord given by, for this Navarasa by Bharata Muni, color is pale light green. Okay. Then the next is Raudra. Okay, Raudra is given to Shani, which is terror, and Rudra is the Lord as per Bharat Muni. Color is red, Bharat Muni has given. Then Bhayanaka, which we have given it to Rahu, which is about showing horror, fearfulness. And Kala is the Lord as per Bharat Muni, time, and the color is black. And finally, it is Bibitsya, which is given to Ketu, which means it's aversion, disgust, and Shiva is the Lord as per the color is blue. Okay, so this is what I wanted to wrap up with, because this is something nobody would talk about, because nobody would talk about the classical form of rasas into the Navgraha or into Jyotish. But I would like people to see if any of this thing makes sense. Please share your comments so that then we will know if you can understand how a person's navarasas are expressed. Some people are very poor with their essence of emotions and showing emotions. Even when the mood is sorrowful, some people will be probably laughing, some people they do not know the sensitivities. So it also speaks volumes about your chart.
Correct. Perfect, sir. Very different topic. And every time we do a session together, it's a different one. Maybe if you remember, we did the owl one, and people are still commenting on that. So I saw an owl. I saw an owl in my dreams. So what is the effect? People keep on writing over it. So thank you very much. A very beautiful session, and a happy Guru Purnima to you. And happy Guru Purnima to all our viewers. We hope you enjoy this series of us. Please do like, subscribe, and share our work. Thank you very much.
Namaste. Thank you.
Namaste. Namaste.